Both players just sitting there, waiting, see what's going on. Okay, let's see here. Oh, there you go. Pause upon request. Incident occurred in... Leta went for no barracks expo, while ForGG went proxy 2 factories in the middle of the map, which Leta scouted with his SCV and was able to defend appropriately. The coach, following that, Coach Lee Ji-hoon accused that Leta glanced at the audience and realized what had happened, and hence was able to act appropriately and gain the good spots for easy defense. Okay, so I get it. So the coach of KT, of the Magicians, is accusing Leta of having looked at the crowd, and from that somehow gotten, the knowledge of what was going on, and that therefore managed to spot the middle where ForGG was putting his buildings. And now we're just going to see the result of what's going to happen to that. I'm not going to read anymore. Just trying to make sure I don't spoil anything by accident. But yeah, there's also an article about this on AC2GG. Radival talks about it. Although he has the names confused. Oh well. What will happen if Leta gets disqualified again? I mean, Leta already got disqualified once for asking for a PPP because his screen was blinking or acting weirdly, and he wrote 2 P's instead and got disqualified. Do you know what he's saying? I don't. What has happened here is a great tragedy to all of us. All men grieve. Now, we must take Leta and draw and quarter him, fillet him, and feed him to the dogs for this great dishonor. That is what must happen. ForGG gets to watch and laugh as it happens, and eat the meat to regain mana. Thank you. Yes, eat human meat to regain mana. No idea what he said, and I'm not gonna spoil to you guys what's gonna happen because I read on the site. I know what's gonna happen. Let's just wait. Let us wait to see what happens. Wow, Leta just continuously gets in trouble, don't he? Somebody has a guess. Nope. Okay, game is gonna continue. See, told you guys. Yeah. Apparently, people decided that there's nothing going on. It happens sometimes. Sometimes a player has a keen sense and goes, "Oh, oh!" It just part of his instinct said, "Man, I should go check." So there you go. ForGG went for cheese against the player that would have most likely beat him because in a straight-up game, I have to give the advantage to Leta. In a TVT, Leta is superior. He might be a little bit tired after his 40-minute slugfest with Flash, but yeah, Leta now in a prime position. Going back to the game now, Leta now in a prime position to take the win here because really he has those rays flying around. He is going to have a huge economic advantage because his base was up so much. He's going to start macroing up as those 4 factories coming up. He's going to be able to produce crap load of forces. Those rays just running around, killing a lot of SCVs. Now going to run away as soon as they can get spotted. It has a lot of tanks now, Leta, as well, moving downwards. Maybe even thinking of taking a 3rd base soon. There's, of course, a 3rd base that you can take very close to your natural, and kind of have each corner where you can take 3 bases and hold them, and that's it. But yeah, double upgrades going up in both machine shops. I assume this most likely is Vulture Speed and Mines, unless he decides to go for Goliaths instead. Not really seeing any air forces or drops coming in close from ForGG, so I'm not quite sure if Leta's going to go for that. He's probably going to let his bunker burn down, though, not using any resources to try to fix that. While still holding so far, Ray's still flying around for Leta, just going around getting a spot. ForGG still has those 2 factories in the middle of the map, which he has to defend with his life, of course, or else he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Gonna shell ForGG there from a distance. Some tanks there now gonna be in a horrible position. ForGG trying to reinforce, scanning off, trying to spot, doing some decent job there, trying to kill, adding now 2 factories. And at this point, Leta still has those 4 factories producing a decent amount of forces from both of them. And if he manages to go at the middle, I mean, ForGG's not gonna float away those two factories in the middle, because then he's just gonna lose a lot. He's gonna lose a lot of production. He's gonna lose a lot of time. And he really just has to... What it does give him an advantage that he has a rather quick resupply route, but overall, not too often. One turn in place! Two! For GG trying to take total clock. Dropship came in, spotted the turret, and like, nope, not coming here. Gonna drop down 4 vultures from a distance. They're gonna go around, gonna start off by killing this SCV. Gonna go around, try to do some harassment, possibly do some mines. Some mines! Leading gonna flat down an expansion at the 3 o'clock position. Also still has those vultures flying around everywhere. Getting some surrounded by SCVs, but don't manage to take them out. Also mines being put there everywhere. Very close to Goliath, trying to take those forces out. And they're gonna start harassing those SCVs. Oh man, for GG now his natural expansion completely compromised. SCVs being harassed, completely scanned going off. Mines get spotted, but still one of them hit the Goliaths, but still the Goliaths are going to be able to move up. The Vulture still doing a beautiful job of harassing. Leta doing a great job. Going to see if he manages to take out one of the Goliaths before he dies. No, he does not. So ForGG trying to defend, also trying to establish the 12 o'clock, knows he has to play catch-up economically, and really has to continue defending. Leta now moving in with a lot of tanks, some Marines and Vultures to take shot from those tanks. I'm going to move in close, try to take the middle, going to try to establish that, but ForGG has established a huge tank line there because he knows he has to defend it very close to some Vultures moving in very close, but also get shelled with tanks. So at this point it's just going to be a game, both players just sitting around at the middle. Leta at this point has almost established the 9 o'clock. We're going to see some SCVs being transferred fairly soon. Also has dropped those dropships flying in the air. We're going to see if he manages to utilize those well against the tanks in the middle. I honestly believe if Leta manages to take all the force in the middle and take out those 2 factories, that's going to be game right there. I'm not seeing what else really can happen. SCVs now being transferred towards the 3 o'clock position. ForGG still reinforcing with a lot of tanks, just trying to desperately hold on to that position. Leta, of course, we're going to see if he manages to go for a full in Vultures. Actually trying to move in some Vultures from the south, planting some mines, basically trying to get some extra maneuverability. Some of these mines, most of these mines are actually going to go down. These Vultures just running around, being annoying, trying to get in close, trying to plant some mines. Make sure that ForGG can't move in from the south and try to take and threaten Leta's 9 o'clock position. I'm sorry, 3 o'clock position. Actually scans going off, and ForGG actually moving in with Goliaths and tanks very closely. Now going to start to engage. Leta doesn't have much in the way of defense, decided to siege off some of his forces on the lower side of the ramp. Scans going off, and it's actually doing a pretty good job of sieging those Goliaths. Sieging off Goliaths and tanks. They're adding a 5th factory at this point. More factories being more machine shops being added in by ForGG so far. Just now establishing the 12 o'clock, so he's still playing catch-up economically speaking. Fleet is going to be able to... Of course, very interesting that ForGG, he has a very quick resupply route, because he has those 2 factories at the middle. He's going to be able to resupply the army at the middle very, very, very quickly. Leta has quite a bit of a larger resupply route, but he has a better economy, which means he's going to have more troops at any time, even though they're not going to be right in the middle of the action right away. Now Leta is establishing his 3rd gas, now going to be on 3 bases. ForGG planting turrets all over the place because he's expecting drops. 1 barracks they're going off, going to get hit by several Goliaths as they most likely will take it out there. Boom, there we go. And some missiles hit each other and do nothing else. Some tanks on the Leta side, on the right side, just trying to do... Standing around and hold the position of 4 dropships now out for Leta, so he's probably going to go for some dropships. We're going to try to go for some cheese. We're going to see whether it actually tries to establish a base at the lower right rather than anything else. It's going to try to go even heavier economics, just try to take as many bases. Basically do kind of what Harangi did against Shine, just took more bases and didn't allow Shen to take any more bases, but actually no, I think he left 1 dropship behind. I'm not quite sure. Has 3 dropships flying in at the south, but there are Goliaths ready in position to intercept. ForGG now showing the keen instincts. These dropships are going to be doomed. So doomed. All those Goliaths right in position to kill them. Let's see how they fly up. Instantly going to fly north now. Going to get met with Goliath fire. Leta! Oh, okay. He's going to drop in the response. Screw fly mag. He's going to drop instantly. Loses only 1 dropship. Manages to keep the rest alive. Probably not going to go for the drop now. But